Hi, so Captain Marvel appears to be demonizing men, whereas other movies like Wonder Woman have elevated the role of women and used both male and female protagonists to help tell the story. And I want to try to investigate 3 key reasons why producers and directors chose to take this route of using feminist ideology so heavily within this movie. So number 1 is that the producers and the directors may be Hillary Clinton supporters or Donald Trump haters. So when Hillary Clinton lost the election, they decided to insert this feminist agenda and use movies to attack the white man which Donald Trump stands for. Now, people can have their views, their political views, that's really their business. But my issue, and what many other people's concerns are, is when they start to insert these into movies, and they use blockbuster movies as a method of transmitting their agenda and their political views to millions of people, perhaps even hundreds of millions of people. And it's kind of like this indoctrination or propaganda exercise to show a certain gender or a certain race is inferior or more powerful than the other. And it may stem from, so the directors and the producers were upset that when Hillary Clinton lost the election and they decided to use Captain Marvel as a tool to attack white men. So that's one potential scenario where this feminist ideology in Captain Marvel inspired from. And number 2 might be a general dislike towards the world. So if you look at the world, there are some inventions created by women, some really extremely important, very clever inventions, such as the theory of radioactivity, DNA double helix, Kevlar technology, and telecommunication, amongst others. But if you look at what's in your house and what's outside in the big world in terms of computers, smartphones, the internet, satellites, infrastructure, medicines, construction, all these really vital elements of our lives, almost all of it exclusively comes from men. Men invented these technologies. Men invented the telephone, TV, electricity, penicillin, all these big technologies that influence our lives initiate from men. So if you're unhappy with the world and the world is made or constructed by men, you're going to be unhappy with men because men have made the world. So maybe the producers and the directors are just generally unhappy with the world and they want to change the world. Now, I'm not against that, but again, to use a blockbuster movie to help portray and communicate a message to millions of people, in my opinion, is wrong. It's not the time or the place to insert personal politics and use it as a mess, almost like a propaganda machine. If you're unhappy with the world, there's other ways and means to promote your ideologies and your interests, even if they're extremely positive. But I don't personally believe a big budget movie is the right time and a place. Now, there are movies that do this. You could say that Quentin Tarantino, he addresses race relations. But his budgets are much smaller than something like Captain Marvel. So his budget may be, say, $50 million, and he's looking to generate $300 million at the box office, whereas Captain Marvel will be somewhere between 4 and 5 times, somewhere around the $1 billion mark. So it's very different movies. And if you dislike the world, there's a positive, constructive way of trying to change the world, and by demonizing men, you're not actually helping anybody. It doesn't influence positive change. Whereas if we go back to Wonder Woman elevated the role of women by having a really strong, identifiable character, and that's why it's such a successful and such a well-liked movie. If you look at the reviews all online, they're all extremely positive for that particular movie. So perhaps number 2 is that the producers and the directors are just quite unhappy with the world, and they're blaming men because men created almost all elements of the world are created by men. So finally, this move of inserting a feminist agenda might be some sort of female customer acquisition role. So Marvel have sat down, looked at the statistics, and they said for them to make more money, they need to attract more female customers into the cinemas. So if we take Avengers Infinity War, for example, that made $2.04 billion. And I would estimate that somewhere around 80% of all that money will come from men. Now, I may be wrong, it may be 60%, maybe 70%, but it may be even 90%, but I would estimate somewhere in the ballpark of 80% of all Marvel fans are men. So Marvel would look at that and they would say, okay, 80% of our revenue comes from men, 20% comes from female. So the difference is 30%. If they could have an equal balance of men and women, that would gain another 30% of the revenue. So if they had that in place with Avengers Infinity War, where it would have equal men and women, they would make an extra $612 million. That's just for one movie. So it's over $500 million extra revenue just for one movie. So this is serious bucks. When you're talking a whole string of movies, and that's just the cinema ticket sales. Then you include the merchandise, the DVD sales, maybe even comic books, all these other areas of revenue that Marvel can generate. If they can attract more female fans, you can be talking multiple billions of dollars. So this is serious money. So what they could be doing with Captain Marvel is using a female character to attract women into the Marvel fan base, and the method they chose is to demonize men. So maybe the whole feminist politics in Captain Marvel isn't about changing the world or looking to elevate the role of women. It's just a very dark and sinister method of just attracting more women. It's like a gamble. Disney and Marvel sat down and said, okay, we're going to make a gamble. We're going to try and attract more women, even if it means offending men in a movie, and we'll see what happens. And that's business is a gamble, is a risk. There's no guarantees to anything in business. But Disney and Marvel are looking to generate more money by attracting more women. They're more than entitled to do that. That's how businesses work. All businesses will look to grow their customer base. They will look to say, okay, we don't have enough female customers or fans, so we're going to try and attract more female customers. Every business does that in all walks of commerce. But the way that Marvel have done it, by trying to demonize men, in my view, is a very poor and ineffective way to do it. It may attract more female fans, so they may gain another 20 million female fans, but they might lose another 30 male fans, or they may lose another 10 million male fans. But certainly, if they're attacking men and the men reject it, they will walk away. So how much are Marvel really benefiting? So for me, these are the real three options of why Captain Marvel and why Marvel demonizes men. One, it could be hardline politics where they're Hillary Clinton supporters. Number two, they generally dislike the world and they blame men for the way the world is. Or number three, it could be some form of marketing exercise to try to attract more women into the Marvel fan base. Or it could be a mixture of all three, to be honest. So if you have any other suggestions, if you have your own thoughts, if you agree, or if you completely disagree with this video, please leave your comments below. And if you do like this video, please just like and subscribe. And also share if you would like to. But again, please leave your comments below, because I'm really interested in what your thoughts are. If there's something completely new that this video hasn't covered, again, please leave them in the comments below. And just thank you for watching.